And we're back with another market update. Welcome everybody. We're going to be talking about the luxury condo market in Miami-Dade in this video. So if that's something that you're interested in, you definitely do not want to miss this video. We're going to be talking about all the data, all the statistics, everything you need to know in order to make the most informed decision for you and your family. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your Miami real estate agent. And I'm super excited to bring this video to you guys today because I had noticed that there's nobody bringing consistent luxury market updates for Miami-Dade on YouTube. So that's the niche that I'm going to be serving, along with my regular market updates that I've been doing now for a long time, years really, if you go back all the way on my channel, for the rest of the market, okay? But we're gonna be looking at the luxury market for condos in Miami-Dade, which is everything that's $1 million and up, which represents about 9 to 10% of the amount of sales in the market, okay? So that's what this video is gonna be about. Stay tuned to the end because it's gonna be packed full of all kinds of awesome information. So the first thing we're gonna be looking at is this graph right here. And as you can see, it is median sale price versus the average days on market. Now, we use median sale prices in real estate because if you use averages, then they're skewed by the outliers. We learned this in math class in middle school. And anytime you see a realtor talking about average sale prices, run for the hills because you immediately know they have no idea what they're talking about. No shade on them, but it's just math. I mean, I don't make the rules, okay? Talk to Pythagoras, all right? But we're talking about median sale price here first, which is our green line that you can see. And median sale prices for luxury condos in Miami-Dade hit 1.61 million in April of 2023, okay? And that's actually down $190,000 month over month from 1.8 million in March of 2023, which is a 10.5% decrease, okay? And that's also down $71,583 year over year from last April over here, okay? And that's a 4.3% decrease. So overall median price action has been sort of oscillating back and forth. As you can see, over the last 4 years, really it's been oscillating back and forth between the $1.6 to $1.8 million range, okay? Now, days on market reduced to from 180 days on market in March to 165 days on market in April of 2023 for an 8.3% decrease in that time to sell. Now, that's also a year over year from last April decrease of 11.1% when there was 185 days on market. So pretty similar to last month. It was only 5 days more, but that's an 11.1% decrease to now, all right? So overall, though, we do see that there's an upward trend going on over the last, sort of 8 months or so, since last summer, actually. In the fall of 2022. And, we'll see if that upward trend continues and it continues to take longer for luxury condos to sell in the Miami market. This channel is the place to find out if that's the case. All right. So the next graph we're going to be looking at is sales versus the closed price to original price ratio. Okay. Now, the closed price to original price ratio, that's just basically the ratio difference between what a property was listed for versus what it actually sold for. So sales, which is our green line here, for luxury condos are actually relatively low compared to the last couple years. And they had a bit of a pop-up in March, as you can see, of this year. They went to 215 sales, but April only saw 143 sales, which is a difference of 72 less sales or a 33.5% decrease. Month over month. Now, last April, we had 330 units that were sold, which is a difference of 187 units or 56.7% decrease as one of my lights goes off there, which is pretty massive, all right? Now, looking at the metrics for closed price to original price ratio, we can see that there's a lot of meat on the bones for negotiations still in the high high-end condo market. Now, like I said, closed price to original price ratio, it's the difference between what a property was listed for versus what it sold for. And it's been in the range of like the low 90% since August of 2022 over here, okay? Now, this April, it was at 91.1%, which actually went down month over month when we were at 92.5% closed price to original price ratio in March of 2023. Now, we're not in the pre-pandemic, mid to high 80% range like we were over here, but we're getting closer to that compared to the majority of the pandemic era when it was pretty much 94% and up over here, okay? Now, the deals are still being made, especially when you work with somebody who's a market expert and knows the data like the back of their hand. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been working with a buyer and walked in and a listing agent is like, oh, condo sales, the prices are doing nothing but going up. And it's like, well, actually, they've been oscillating back and forth. And actually right now they're on a downturn or, something to that effect, right? Depending on, when the situation occurred. But there's been so many times when me knowing the exact statistics and the exact numbers puts the listing agent on their back foot, or a buyer comes in and they want a low ball, and me knowing the exact data and numbers puts the buyer in check. All right. Now, I'll get off my high horse and we'll move to the next slide here, which is the inventory. Okay. So we're looking at active number of listings in the green line there and the number of new listings in the blue line. So active listings, aka supply of luxury condos, has seen a steady increase since the low of April 2022 over here, when active listings were at 1,739 compared to this April's 2,109, okay? Now, that's a difference of 370 units, or 21.3% of an increase. And month over month, supply actually has decreased a little bit, okay? From 2,185 here in March down to, again, that figure of 2,109, all right? Now, we continue to see a steady increase, overall in new listings. It's very slight, but you can see that, since sort of the very beginning of like the pandemic, we have seen a bit of a supply increase. It's been subtle, but it has been there, since about April of 2020. And in April of 2023, we actually saw 364 new listings. However, that was a bit of a low point from the recent norms for new listings. We saw the last few months, we were at, a little bit higher of numbers, and month over month, we saw actually a 77 less listings in April than we had in March, which was a 17.4% decrease, okay? And then in April of 2022, we actually had a little bit more as well. We saw 423 new listings, which would give us a year-over-year decrease of 13.9% and a difference of 59 less units, okay? So this is still higher than in the pre-pandemic range, where we generally saw listings in like the mid to high 200 range. So there's definitely no shortage of new construction in the high-end condo market. You look at all the different developments that are going on, especially downtown's getting this massive revival right now. Brickell, it seems like every day they, announce a new condo project. So all of these new developments that are coming into the market, they help to increase the overall supply and will continue as all these new projects are being finished, which, leads to more available units to actually be sold overall, okay? So lastly, let's take a look at months of inventory, which is basically a measure of if no new listings came on the market, how long would it take to sell the existing supply? So we had a pretty sizable jump in April of 2023, month over month, from 10 months of inventory in March to 15 months of inventory in April, okay? So from a somewhat normal market to a unmistakably buyer's market, all right? So year over year, we saw a months of inventory increase of 300% from last April when there was only 5 months of inventory, okay? So things have definitely slowed down since the pandemic era craze of buying, and however, if you look at the pre-pandemic era, it really stands out how much of a difference of months of inventory there is between this sort of pre-pandemic era and especially this big bump right here. You know, when there was anywhere from 30 months of inventory all the way up to this was 94 months of inventory right there, which of course people thought the world was ending, et cetera, or whatever. You know, so it's no surprise that sales, you know, slowed down that much, you know, and kind of skewed the graph. But when you look at this pre-pandemic era versus now, you see we're in a much like healthier market. And, you know, for context, anything that's 1 to 5 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. 6 to 11 months of inventory is considered a normal market. And then 12 months and higher is considered a buyer's market. So we are definitely now back in a buyer's market in the luxury condo space in Miami. But overall, the market does seem to be normalizing pretty well, especially compared to most of the other market segments in terms of inventory and, you know, buying activity. So if you're a buyer of luxury condos, now is definitely a great time to negotiate a deal. And, you know, as you saw with median sale price, it's not like the median sale prices are skyrocketing through the roof. You can have patience in this market if you're a buyer. You know, you definitely want to make sure you're working with somebody who knows the market and actually can tell you what the market value of a property is. Super important. And, you know, somebody like myself can definitely help you with that. If you're a seller of a luxury condo in this market, it's all about marketing. I beat this dead horse like nobody's business because people don't understand the importance and value of marketing. And when I say people, I mean pretty much every other agent that's out there. And I would put my own marketing against any agent in the market because my personal belief is that the marketing should be so good that a property is actually sold before the buyer even steps foot into the unit, all right? And, you know, there's a variety of ways that I execute this. If you'd like to find out more about that, reach out to me. All my contact info is in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it brought you some value. And if you enjoy videos like this, if you can't wait for the next one, make sure you subscribe. You know, I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so much to everybody who's been supporting the channel. I'm gonna keep bringing you guys the best data, the best market updates in Miami. I love it. I think it's so cool and so important to bring this value to the public and educate people. Whether you're using me as your agent or not, you know, I appreciate the fact that I can educate the public and be a source of information for you guys. So, you know, again, all my contact info is in the description down below if you want to work with the best. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your Miami real estate agent, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.